Greetings and salutations to you, people of the interwebs. So, issue number 2 of the Transformers, the new IDW Transformers continuity has come out. I've given it a read. And boy, have I picked a bad time to start trying to review the comics. Not much happens. That's the long and short of it, is not much happens. There's been a murder on Cybertron, the first murder they can remember, really, ever happening in the current times. And so Chromia and Prowl are investigating with the help of Windblade and crew, and Bumblebee's there. And there's this new Transformer called Rubble, not to be confused with Rumble. And so, yeah, there's been a murder, and they're basically trying to find out what's going on with that. And meanwhile, Rubble then goes to visit Wheeljack, and he sees that they've got the Cybertronian moon tethered to Cybertron, and so they can get energy. They can get some solar power. Yeah, and in the meantime, Megatron gives a speech for his Centicons, they're called in this. Yeah, so he gives a speech here, and something goes wrong, and he breaks through a wall. And yeah, that's pretty much the summary of this comic. Again, it's talking about these great and wonderful things that Bumblebee's shown Rubble. We see the moon, but we don't see any of these other things. I think it's really been a missed opportunity so far for us to see Cybertron as a utopia. You know, it's. I said last week, I'm not that a big fan of the art. I don't think there's anything particularly bad with it per se. It's just I'm not a fan of all the angles and stuff like that. And the colour palette is just so grey. And it's very monotone. And it's like, look at these wonderful things, all grey, blues, and yeah. Give us some neon, man. Let's see some hustle and bustle of happy Cybertronians going about their business in neon city lights and stuff like that. It just all looks a bit desolate, and I want to see this bold new era, showing us a bold new Cybertron. What gets lost in the war at the moment? It's like, well, it just looks a bit bland. So if it all gets destroyed in war, who cares? There's some little parasitic creatures that are around Wheeljack, and they've been brought off from an alien planet. They're not native Cybertronian creatures. We don't see any native Cybertronian creatures. For all I know in this continuity, there aren't any native Cybertronian creatures other than Transformers. So it's, yeah. So we get the two again. The art's broken up between Angel Hernandez and Cachette Whitman. I still don't know if I'm pronouncing that. Cachette's doing the more Megatron stuff, and Angel's doing the Bumblebee and Rubble kind of storyline. And yeah, Angel's the one who does all the angles, and Cachet Williams does the Megatron stuff. That's very well, it's all very toy accurate, but it's very particularly toy accurate. I mean, he's bursting through a wall there, and it kind of not Shatstar. It kind of just looks like, rather than using the basis of the toy as a character model, it kind of looks like they've actually just drawn a picture of the toy. If you know the difference of that, but rather than going, right, this is the toy, this is the character model that we're using, and now we're going to, you know, use that and put it in the comic books, it looks more like they've actually gone, right, let's just draw a picture of the toy. It's just the guy in the comic book is exactly as articulate, you know, he's got the same articulation as the figure has. It's perturbing, but you know, next issue, Optimus Prime, well, Orion Pax, is going to moodily walk through a door, so maybe everything will be saved. Yeah, it's a curious one. It's a curious one. I'm hoping it picks up. I'm still, you know, I have faith in IDW that something good will come of this, and I'm going to keep reading it and see what happens. It's not really picked up my interest yet, but I am hoping, I am willing to try that it will. But in other news, so the Transformers versus Ghostbuster comic book is going to come out at some point, and that looks quite exciting. And Simon Furman is also doing, I don't know if it's going to be a limited run series or it's going to be another ongoing, but there's going to be Transformers 84, which is going to be Simon Furman back to writing Transformers again, which I'm both excited about, but also a bit, I like Simon Furman's writing, but I think he's got some issues with some of the more diversity in Transformers, and I just like something new. Transformers 84 doesn't sound like it's going to be something new. It looks like it's going to be, let's just give the people, here's the Transformers from back in the 80s, rather than, you know, forging new ground. So I don't know, but I quite like to see, you know, all the Furmanisms and some epic action, big Transformer things, but I just don't want it to just be repetitive and kind of just the same old. And shout out to Lucan's Tees. I think last time I was wearing this, I didn't give him a shout out. So this is kind of a spider robot in disguise. So it's Arachnid from Transformers Prime, posed like the Spider-Man logo. Don't know why I'm explaining to you. I think that's a bit obvious, but yeah, it's a very nice t-shirt. So look up Lucan's Tees on Facebook and stick with me. Hopefully issue 3 will pick up, and whenever Ghostbusters, Transformers and Transformers 84 comes out, we'll try and talk about those. So yeah, ta-ta for now. Be excellent to one another. Party on, dudes. And because you deserve it, let's fist bump, shall we? Fisto! Fisto!